The people speaking out today about looming cuts to the SNAP program. How new work requirements and fewer exemptions are all coming at a time when the government shutdown threatens to lock up funding. Pix 11's John Mueller has more from City Hall.
We will not go hungry! We will not go hungry! We will not go hungry!
Chants of "We will not go hungry" on the steps of New York City Hall. Citizens, advocates, and local politicians protesting massive cuts to the SNAP program by the Trump administration.
I have been hungry many a times and had no job, and SNAP helped me. Amen. We are not just a number on a spreadsheet that can be deleted.
My SNAP is only $23. I don't have enough to eat for the month.
The president's so-called Big Beautiful Bill slashes $186 billion in federal funds to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program over the next decade. Now, new work requirements and fewer exemptions are coinciding with the federal government shutdown, creating a perfect storm of worry.
And now, what the president is threatening to do is to stop food stamps for 1.8 million New Yorkers.
That ain't right.
We're talking about over 500,000 kids, over 500,000 older adults. These are everyday New Yorkers who desperately depend on food stamps to feed their families.
Advocates are calling on the feds to rethink their cuts and hoping the state and local governments will step up and help offset the hardship.
But we're not going to go back. We're going to move forward, and we're going to say enough is enough, and at the city, the local level, the state, they need to do something while the federal government have their shutdown.
Adding to the anxiety, the Trump administration is ending the federal government's reports on hunger in America, saying they've become over-politicized. Critics say it will deliberately make it harder to assess the impacts on these SNAP cuts. John Mueller, Pix 11 News.
Nearly 2 million people in Illinois will be cut off from food stamps come November 1st if the shutdown continues.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture says it won't fund the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, cutting off a major lifeline to feed Chicago area families. Our Marissa Perlman is live in Pilsen with how food banks are calling this an inevitable crisis. Marissa.
And with no end in sight for the government to reopen, food pantries are telling their clients to plan ahead, be ready, and have a plan B.
It's something that we had feared, but now it's a reality.
Without SNAP, food banks will be the first place families turn to, according to Man-Yi Lee with the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Our food pantries are going to be overwhelmed with SNAP participants who usually, rely on that critical lifeline for support and for basic food assistance.
SNAP provides low-income residents with prepaid cards to buy groceries. The Illinois Department of Human Services says it was notified last week by the USDA that November benefits won't be funded unless the shutdown ends.
And a lot of these we're talking about are children and also older adults who aren't able to work.
That means Illinois could lose about $350 million in assistance for 1.9 million recipients statewide. Lee says food pantries across Cook County are urging families to prepare now.
We're asking them to make sure that they have a backup plan because they are not going to get the food assistance that they need.
At the Pilsen Food Pantry, Dr. Evelyn Figueroa says they're bracing for bigger crowds in November. For some families, their twice-a-month visit here is the only way they can put food on the table.
We're going to need to buy more. We're not going to try to give people less because that's not right.
It's a double blow for SNAP recipients. The new federal law expanding work requirements to get benefits is also taking effect 3 months earlier than expected. The same week, SNAP benefits are expected to hit pause.
This is a human issue, and we all need to understand that none of us should be arguing over food. Food is a human right.
IDHS says 45% of SNAP households in Illinois include children. 44% include someone with a disability. Now, food banks say if funding isn't restored, this could have a ripple effect on communities across the county. We're live in Pilsen. Marissa Perlman, CBS News, Chicago.
As the government shutdown continues, there are new concerns about how it could impact food assistance programs for thousands of families here in Rhode Island.
State officials say SNAP benefits could be in jeopardy if the shutdown drags into next month. Joe Cortez joins us live with what they're doing to prepare and what you can do to help.
Okay, Patrick, good morning. We have looked at the state leaders, or discussed it with state leaders. They say the benefits for October, the SNAP benefits, they've already been dispersed, but they say if this government shutdown continues come November, it could be a totally different story. So the Rhode Island Community Food Bank is already preparing. They have been stocking up and getting ready for the potential of trying to see if people will be moving and turning to pantries if the benefits are delayed. Now, according to the state, more than 140,000 Rhode Islanders, they rely on SNAP each month. Melissa Cherney, CEO of Rhode Island Community Food Bank, says that if benefits stop, the need will shift directly to local pantries. Governor Dan McKee is working to leverage state funding and community partners with philanthropists as well. The food bank leaders are urging Rhode Islanders to donate if they're able to do so to ensure no one goes hungry.
We as food banks are designed to respond to disaster and crisis. So our staff met and we talked about what does that look like if we have 144,000 people that are on SNAP and they don't get their benefits in November. It doesn't mean that they stop eating. It means that they're going to find themselves in our lines.
Within the last few hours, the Missouri Department of Social Services said if the government shutdown continues, it will be unable to issue November SNAP benefits. More than 600,000 people in the Show Me State rely on food stamps. Our Justina Cornell spoke to leaders at a local food bank and food pantry about what this means for them. Justina?
Well, Mike, they tell me they're bracing for impact and they will need to pivot to an emergency plan if this happens. This comes at a already tough time for pantries. Many are seeing an influx of people needing help.
Monday morning at Operation Food Search, volunteers were hard at work. Each helping hand is essential, especially in the days to come.
To Missouri residents, right now 650,000 people in the state of Missouri rely on SNAP. The average household benefit is about $370 per month, so it will be a significant impact on families.
CEO of Operation Food Search, Kristen Wild, worries if the government shutdown continues, this could halt the federally funded SNAP benefits program in November. To prepare.
So we will be tapping into some of our reserve funding.
It'll also ramp up emergency food distributions. The ripple effects of the federal shutdown comes at an already tough time.
Some of our pantry partners have reported a 30 to 50% increase.
This is the case for Gateway Food Pantry in Arnold, seeing a 33% increase from the same time last year.
It's been a record year for demand between the tornado, the Boeing strike.
As food deliveries come into their Jefferson County pantry, it's a vital reminder to keep going.
Here what that looks like is instead of spending $500 to $1,000 a week, we're going to end up trying to spend about $5,000 just to make sure that we're absolutely ready, because we know more people are going to need our help.
Day 14 to the government shutdown, and there's no indication of any progress being made in Congress ending the stalemate between Republicans and Democrats.
Last week, thousands of federal workers across 7 agencies received layoff notices. Today, the White House Budget Office said it was prepared to ride out the shutdown with more layoffs. And soon, the tens of thousands of people here in North Carolina who depend on food nutrition benefits could be caught in the middle of this debate. Elena Athens on that potential impact, all new at 6 o'clock.
DHHS says it's been using available funds from last year to keep SNAP benefits in place, but agency officials aren't sure what will happen next month and just received a notice. The state health department tells Eyewitness News it recently received a letter from the USDA that November benefits will be disrupted if the federal shutdown continues. Parties are no closer to a deal to replenish spending. DHHS says it's hopeful it can continue offering SNAP benefits to 1.4 million North Carolinians every day. The program specifically helps approximately 582,000 children as of this past Sunday.
The stakes are high because we're talking about infants and children.
SNAP helps to put healthy and nutritious food options on the table. Families could soon receive a notification if the stalemate drags on in Washington.
If funding is not provided and WIC program must shut down, then we will assure the public that we will provide 3 days notice to participants so that they are able to redeem all of their benefits.
DHHS says if federal funding is not approved, it would place an even greater strain on already stretched thin food banks and community-based organizations. In Raleigh, Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.